What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another episode of Sheehan's World. Today, I have a very special guest stepping into the world. He's basically like a little brother of mine. We've been friends for many years and have known each other for many years. And he is an up-and-coming artist. And when I mean up-and-coming, he is up-and-coming artist out of the 401. So I'm happy to introduce and have step into my world, JMar Mardo. JMar, how are you doing today, bud?
I'm doing well, man. Chilling. You know me.
Yeah, I
Glad to
know
be
you,
here,
bro.
man.
Hey, I'm happy to have you step into the world, man. I'm so happy we're doing this. This is going to be such a good episode. We had a couple of technical difficulties getting this going, but what I was saying before was Jack was the second ever guest to hop on to Sheehan's World all the way back when during quarantine. So I'm happy to have him come step into the world again. During that time span from then to now, we've been through our own little journeys. So I'm super excited to hear what Jack has to say today. But to get into it, Jack, let the people know where you're from and what you're currently up to in your life.
I'm from Cumberland, Rhode Island, 401. Just making music. You know me, I'm rapping. I just put out an album. I'm really trying to take it worldwide. I'm trying to go everywhere with it.
Yes, Jack.
Yeah.
I love that. And can you just say what that album was?
Yeah, it was Popular Loner, my first album on all streaming platforms. So it was a huge milestone for me. And it was just like it was 18 songs. Like I even made it conceptual, like some intros, outros, interludes, skits. But yeah, it took me, I remember starting the whole idea of the album in like May of last year. And it took me till December to finally post it.
Damn.
The whole 18 songs. It took me, but it was worth it. Like that was like one of the biggest milestones of my life. Like I'm incredibly proud of that album.
Yeah, no, you should be incredibly proud. And for people that haven't listened to it yet, go check it out. I believe it's out on all platforms, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Everywhere.
yeah, the special thing about your album, Jack, is there's not one beat or one song on there that sounds similar at all. And I'm really excited to talk about this on this episode because that's what makes the album so great. It was a complete album. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I still listen to it to this day. It's so good. So I want to talk about that to start, actually. With you and knowing you, you don't really want to be like someone who's mainstream, someone who's doing the same stuff, making the same sound, making the same lyrics. So tell me, when you were doing Popular Loner and just what you're doing now with your music, how is it that you try to make it JMar? You don't try to make it mainstream, you make it JMar.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like I don't want to say it's a philosophy, but like I kind of have this thing where no two songs of mine can like ever sound the same, even like remotely close. Like Popular Loner, there was probably 14 full songs on there, 15.
Mm-hmm.
And I think each of them had their completely different style and sound. And I do that because multiple different reasons. Just so essentially I can broaden my audience, make music that fits from like everybody's liking. So that way there's a song for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, that also makes it difficult because like I have so many different styles. Like how do I even like get to the audience, you know? It's hard, but it's definitely what I'm gonna stick with because everybody that's coming up in the rap game right now sounds like someone.
Right.
Like all these rappers coming up, some sound like Lil Baby, some sound like Polo G. It's just like some sound like the Baby and Elite Chopper. Like it's the new wave. It's styles. People are hopping on styles and trends, but I'm trying to make my own. I'm just trying to make my own trend, you know?
Yeah. No, and that's what I like about your music so much. And every beat, like when your brother shows me a new song of yours that's not released, you're versatile, bro. Like there's not a beat on there like from anyone that's ever shown to me that is exactly the same. You know, the verses are different. Everything about it is different. And I think that is what makes you so great. And I can understand that, like trying to find your audience because, you know, again, like you're versatile. You don't have one kind of style. You have multiple different styles. Like
Exactly.
you can have one song where you're singing on it and using your vocals, and then in another song you're just spitting, bro. Like
Yeah.
so, no, I can definitely understand how it has made it difficult to find an audience for yourself. But I gotta ask you, is that something that makes, you know, your grind so special, having to, you know, try and force yourself out there rather than people trying to find you, if you get what I'm saying? Like again, like what you were saying, styles, right? People match up with the styles, but with yours, it's
Hmm.
a lot different. So how are you trying to force yourself into the music industry with all those different styles, not wanting to be the same?
It's really hard, honestly, because like having different styles, having so many, just it's like some people fuck with this, some people fuck with that, some people don't fuck with this. So I really try to it's more of I listen to fans and like my fan base and I hear what they have to say and it really helps me, but at the end of the day I go with what I think. And what I think is like I really see the music industry taking like a big leap. Like
Okay.
I feel like versatility is like has to be a factor nowadays because if you really take a step back and look at the music industry, bro, you got artists. I feel like I'm saying the same artists, but like NBA YoungBoy, Polo G, Lil TJ, DaBaby, I don't know. They all have a similar style in each song, and the fans get tired of that, right? Like DaBaby switched up his entire sound
Mm-hmm.
just because he listened to the fans too much. He listened too much, and he got mainstream because of that. And I feel like that really took he really took a hit from that. So I think having the versatility before I even make it is just like a huge thing because at that point, like I don't have to switch up my sound. I can just do it by myself. Like I already have that in the vault, you know?
Right, right,
And so I feel like that's just going to be like, I feel like that's going to be like the thing. Artists who can just do everything
right.
from
And
singing to rapping, whatever it is, man.
yeah, no, I can see that. I literally can. And you talk about like how with these rappers and artists, how their sound doesn't really switch, it stays the same, right? And some of my
Yep.
favorite artists, I can say that. Like I like to listen to Lil Baby, right? Because Lil
Hmm.
Baby gets me hyped in the gym and everything like that. But guess what? He's coming with the same flow almost every time. He's coming with the same beat almost every time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it does get old. It starts to get tired out. But I want to talk to you also about you staying true to yourself with that. I mean, I know we kind of just touched on it a little bit, but when you first started doing what you're doing, right? What has what progress have you seen from yourself from when you started, you know, just sticking true to yourself? I know like you've been doing this for a few years now, but when you seriously got into it at that point, what have you seen?
I started right after senior year doing music. I was like one of those kids who was like anti mumble rap. Like I used to like not fuck with Uzi. I used to like when the 2016 Double XL freshman cipher came out with all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, J Cole this, J Cole that. Like fuck these guys. But like, and then when I first started doing music, I was trying to be like a fucking lyrical genius, like trying to save rap music. I got past that, and I got to school like probably 4 months after that, and like my boys were like, yo, like you got it, like you got the voice and you got the sound, like start making bangers, like it's time to put the lyrics away for a little bit, like make a fucking banger. So
Hmm.
I did, and I made this song called Back It Up, and it got like fucking 1,700 plays on SoundCloud, and I was like, what the fuck? And like people all around campus were playing it, like I could hear people playing it, like when I was in my room I was like, what the fuck, this is lit. So when I was at school I was just like making bangers. But after a while, I was like, all right, what am I doing? Like, exactly what I want for my sound. So what I tried to do is I incorporated what I wanted to do with like my lyrics and like how I include my emotions and stuff in it, but also make a banger out of it. That way I'm not just like boring my audience.
Mm-hmm.
So lyrical bangers, that's kind of what I'm going for, I guess. But I just I don't know. It's really hard because everybody's always chiming in saying do this, do that. And I wanna hear it, but like at the same time I feel like I do gotta stay true to myself and stay with my vision, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
and that's the best thing you can do, right? I mean, if you like doing what makes you happiest, then do that. Stay true to yourself, stay true to your sound. I want to talk about the process though, because now you're talking about how people will give you opinions or recommendations about how to mix it, everything like that. What's the process when you get the urge to make a song? What do you first do, and what is it to the very end? Tell me about it.
Oof, my song making process. It's
Yeah,
I'd say
it's a tough
80.
question.
It is. I'd say like 75, 80% of the time I get the beat first. Like I determine like what vibe I'm feeling and like what I want to hit
Hmm.
song wise and like sound wise. And I'll go looking for a beat or I'll hit my boy Dre, see what he's got in the vault. But if I don't have a beat, I'll freehand it. I'll just write without a beat and then kind of just see where it takes me, see if I can
Hmm.
find an instrumental that matches, you know. But if I
Hmm.
do have the beat, I'll write. And I start with the hook. I always do a hook first. Then I jump into a verse. And then depending on how long the hook is, sometimes I'll do a second verse, but if it's already long enough, then I'll leave it. But I'll spend probably 3 or 4 hours on the first night in the studio just getting all the main vocals done, just like the
Hmm.
main vocal tracks. And then if I have time, then I'll start doing like fucking ad libs, melodies, harmonies, all that stuff.
Hmm.
But once all the recording is done, that's when I probably spend like a good week, 10 days just like mixing the fuck out of that shit. Tuning it up, mixing it, getting the EQ, compressor, all the settings right, making sure that it totally sounds as professional as possible.
Hmm.
Um, then I usually send it out for mastering to my boy Vic with Logic because he's got Logic. But I send it out to him, and while he's doing that in that process, I usually try to get a cover art. But that's really hard because I don't really have like a guy for that. But yeah,
Right.
it's a grind, man. And sometimes I'll spit an entire hook in verse, and by the end of the studio session, like I'll take a step back and I'll just be like, damn, like I don't even fuck with that. So I'll just trash that shit, bro.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Hey, yeah, it happens, bro. If there's something at the end that you don't like, oh well, move on and get to the next one, right? Make a
yeah,
masterpiece.
yeah. There's no point in forcing some shit if you don't actually fuck with it.
Right. And that's the point of being true to yourself. If you don't like it, then your fan base who expects JMar sound is not gonna like it then.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm gonna put out what I want, not what they want. And
Right.
if they really fuck with me, then they'll fuck with that.
Right. Right. And that's the good part about it. I feel the same way as you when you talk about that, right?
Yeah,
I'm going to focus on giving the best content I possibly can to the people who actually care and want to listen. And to
exactly.
the ones that don't care or listen, like it's fine. Like if you don't like it, then it's not for you. I'm going to
Yeah,
keep making the same shit I possibly can for the people that like it and
exactly, bro.
try my best I can. And you know, it's tough, right? When you're trying to start your own thing, like my thing is doing my podcast, your thing is making your music. There's always going to be someone on the outside chirping
Yup,
in, right?
bro.
They always
Yup.
have to add their 2 cents. And those are exactly the people, that I avoid. Like, hey, you can give me your 2 cents and say it's bad, but obviously it's not meant for you.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what you think, right? Because
Yeah.
because it's good and it's what caters to your interest. And like you should be proud of it, bro. This is great work you're doing. And like
Right.
I'm proud of my stuff too, like, you know.
Yeah. I'll actually talk about that a little bit. You know, when you're done making a song and you listen to it, whether you like it or not, what sense of emotion, how do you feel just after doing it all? Like once it's all fully down, like Popular Loner, right? When that dropped, right? What was the feeling when you were finally able to get that out after doing it from, you said May, correct? May to
Yeah.
December? Like that is a long ass process, man. And like we're talking about dudes like Drake and Future a couple years ago when they dropped oh my god, what was their collab? It had the diamonds all on it.
What a time to be alive.
Yes, what a time to be alive. They literally made that in a week?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, like you're taking months to make one album. Months, not even
Fuck
like
yeah,
a
bro.
few months. So tell me about it. Like what is the feeling that comes from doing all that?
Well, you see, so actually based off what you said with Drake and Future doing like albums in like weeks,
Mm-hmm.
like at first that was really discouraging to me actually. Like
Really?
when I first started taking like a decent amount of time with my music, I was like all these great artists are fucking dropping 3 songs a week. Like why am I taking so long? And at first I was like really questioning that, but then I realized I was like I literally do everything myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have people mixing my shit. I don't have people fucking writing my shit. Like, and that's why. Like I wrote and mixed and did all 18 of those songs myself. And that honestly makes me even more proud because Drake and Future, they get into the studio, they got everyone doing everything for them. Like even writing, bro. Like they're just the puppet.
Yeah, right.
And that's why it's so easy for them. But like when I get in the studio and I finish an entire song and I sit back and I finally play that shit and it's completely done, like that is an uncomparable feeling, bro. That shit is crazy, man.
Yeah, and nowadays you were talking about how Future and Drake, guys like that, they just have writers come in and give them some lines and that's that.
Yeah,
But
bro.
but when it's you yourself making everything, excuse me, when it's you yourself making everything, that's that's completely different. Like there is a lot more into that grind than people think. And
Oh yeah.
and like top rappers, top artists these days, they can come out and drop 3 songs a week because they got those people, but you don't. So that's what makes it all the better.
Yeah, it's more genuine this way.
Right. So I want to ask you, if you well, I think you will get to the point of as being, in my personal opinion, I think you could be nationally recognized because I can see that with you. You're extremely
Thank
hard
you.
worker, everything like that. If you
Yeah,
were
thank you.
to if you were to ever get to that point, looking at it from now, right?
Hmm.
I know it's tough to look into the future like that, but being a visionary, what would you be? Would you still be JMar? Would you still want to be that guy? Right? Would you want to stick to your sound? Would you want people, giving you lines that you could possibly toss into your songs? Like, what do you want to see yourself visually looking ahead?
Ah, that's tough.
Yeah, no, that is, I'm sorry for that, but bro, I
No,
gotta ask
no,
you the tough question.
no. This is something I like to talk about because it's my dream. But I don't know. See, when I picture myself making it, like I don't picture myself in a studio with like my manager, a producer. Like I picture myself in like it's so hard to explain because I don't see myself getting signed.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm just gonna be independent and just
Okay.
make all of my money off endorsements and masters and just all of the royalty checks I get from music. Like, and that's so hard to say because if someone does offer me like a record label like right now, that is just so controversial to me because oh my God, I want to get signed and I want to make it, but I don't want to sign away my creativity. And
Right.
regardless of the money, bro, there's always gonna be a catch with the record label. There's always gonna be a catch.
With the
There always
royalties
is.
too.
Always is, bro. Artists are never happy with their label. It's just like I don't know. And I really, really strongly believe that I will never have anyone write for me. Like, nah, because dude, this is why I don't listen to Drake. Because it's like I never know what he actually wrote. And how can you spit something that you didn't write with real emotion? Because like it didn't even come from you, bro. And then
Right.
it's shit weird, man. Like, I don't know. I got my own opinions.
No, but that is a very good opinion to have. Like, not many people, right? This is what I'm gonna say. Not many people would agree with you, but that's what makes you JMar, right?
Yeah, definitely, man.
Right. You know, that is a very valid point that you make. Like, I don't make music, but you do. So you can give me that perspective of what it's like. Like, say someone, I could understand that. Say someone came in here, gave me a whole script for my podcast. Hell no.
Yeah,
Hell
right.
no, man. You're not
What
doing,
though?
no, this is me. No, I can
Yeah.
completely understand that, because how am I going to put the same exact emotion like
Into
into,
something someone else wrote for you.
yes, exactly. And like the point of this show, right? If people haven't figured it out by now, I have nothing in front of me ever. There's no paper here. Maybe sometimes I have my phone just to do my intro and like just to see what they're about.
Yeah.
But no, I go, this is purely off of the brain. Like that's what makes this show good, because you're giving true emotion at that moment. If someone came in and tried to switch that on me, hell no. Nope.
Yeah, bro. It totally takes away that genuine rawness of like the emotion, you know?
Right.
I can't have that. No
Yeah,
way, man.
and Jack, like I can understand that. I can't see you at all. Someone handing you a line and be like, spit this on your song. You'd be like, you would monotone it. I guarantee it, because
Yeah.
you wouldn't be into it.
No, I wouldn't, because it's not for me, man. Like I like to speak what I speak. Like
Right.
I don't like letting people put other words in my mouth, especially in songs.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta stick to yourself. I want to ask you about Vic, because you mentioned him and all the stuff you got going on with Individual Sound. So spit that to me a little bit.
Well, right now, individual, I'd say we're probably like 10 people in the group.
Okay.
Um, right now we're still kind of in like the early phase of the label, but we're really trying to take a big step forward with the marketing aspect. We're really trying to start promoting, really getting our names out there, like what we are as individual. We're really trying to get that out there. We got clothing brands. We're going crazy, and we're even like we're adding new additions to the group. Like we even got CJ part of individual now,
Yeah, that's
which is
sick.
so tough, bro, because CJ's wicked fire. Yeah, bro. It's and they're all down in Florida, which sucks. Like the whole team's down in Florida, and then me and CJ are just like chilling up here.
Damn.
But nah, we're making it work. Vic is fucking fire as fuck. That dude's probably got one of the best pens lyrically. That dude's the most lyrical rapper like ever. He's so smart with lyrics. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah. Then my boy Nix, he's just a hit maker. My boy's nice with it. Me and CJ, I'm not gonna speak on that because me and CJ, I don't know. I don't like speaking on myself like that, but we're good.
I can speak on it. You're good.
Thank
No,
you, bro.
you're good.
It feels weird saying that, but
You're humble.
yeah, thank you. We're really just trying to take it to the next level. We're trying to get there first. Yeah.
So, what is Individual Sound for the people that don't exactly know what it is?
Individual Sound, it's a group of individual no, I'm playing. It's a group of people and artists and marketers and just anyone who we can all just help each other as one. And we're all so individually like different, whether it's styles of music, whether it's like our interests in the industry. That's why it's called individual. It's like all of our individual interests and talents and like strong suits, we can put them together to make like one big team, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's really what it is.
Yeah, that's kind of who you are too. Like joining like a label like that, right? Individual Sound. Like, I mean, that's perfect for you. Like JMar is an individual sound. Like you won't find that anywhere else.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that definitely can see that. I've never actually gotten the chance to speak to Vic or anything like that. He seems like a cool guy. I've just seen his Twitter and stuff. I would love to have him come on one day and talk to him about it, have a whole episode, because I listened to the one where he was on the episode with Corey on the Hive Unfiltered, which is also an FTF media podcast. You guys should check that out. He's awesome at what he does. But I listened to that whole episode, and the dude was so interesting. Like everything he wants to do with it, he's all about, he's not about, finding the royalties and getting it into his bank account. He wants to get the royalties and give it to the guys that deserve the royalties.
To the team, bro.
To the team. Right. And it's interesting that we talk about that because last year Kanye went through a whole thing when he was trying to give all of his royalties back to his label, and he was going through a whole mess with that. I remember that. So it's really cool to see that. I never really knew with the music industry how like screwed over you get. You can get yourself into a contract and like you might not even see a quarter of that money.
Yeah, bro, like you sign yourself into any deal, somewhere in that 50-page deal, like the contract, somewhere in those 50 pages is something that's going to take away like a small percentage of your freedom, or any type of percentage. Like no matter what, I feel like every deal that gets signed, the part of the artist's freedom gets taken away, and it's just like such a problem because it's so manipulative. And like the industry brings artists up just to like throw them in the trash, bro. It's fucked. Like, how does that even work, bro? Like they bring artists like fucking 24K Golden, for example.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's an industry plant, and his label's really pushing him. And you can just tell. You can go on his Instagram, you can go on his Apple Music page. Like, you can tell he's an industry plant. Like, he's got that hit mood, and then just the way he carries himself on Instagram, it's just very label based. And I feel like they're not just him like specifically, but artists like that, like the label just takes control of, and like I feel like they just make all the decisions for you.
Yeah,
like they make the music at the end of the day.
Yeah, you said like his Instagram is very label based. Like, what do you mean by that? Are they the ones like that are forcing him to make those posts and everything?
Yes.
Expand on that.
It's all promo. Every post is a promo, whether not even just his music, or he's just promoting something that like his label threw on his lap that he has to promote. Like it's always something, bro.
Interesting. Yeah, because I don't really follow 24K that much. 24K Golden, right? Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I don't follow him that much. I know who he is. I know he had that hit song with Ian Dior. I don't really follow Ian Dior that much either. I'm not really into his music, but that's very interesting to hear, actually. Like, when you have a star athlete, for example, I mean, like Jason Tatum, like he'll have his agent setting him up, to go to Subway and do all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he's making big money. So it's not like he's not going to be it's not like he's going to be in the same situation as upcoming artists are. Upcoming artists, I think it's a lot harder for upcoming artists to see that money that they think they deserve. And, they probably do deserve because of the contracts and all the little words and everything, how it can screw people over.
Yeah, bro. Like artists, like I don't want to say this because I don't know it, but like Ian Dior. Well, no, I do kind of know it. Like I've heard this, that he has like a historically bad record deal. Like I heard he makes like no money, and that dude's a literal hit maker. Like he has.
Yeah, he is.
Bro. Like he has like a platinum song, I think, and like I'm pretty sure he's only seeing like a very small percentage of that money. And like 24K Golden, let's go back to him. Like, I feel like most of the clothes on his back, he hasn't. It's so weird. All the money that these rappers are making when they're under the label is just like in their possessions. Like their possessions is the money because the label buys that for them to walk around with.
Right.
It's fucking crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Right. They're seeing more money on, on t-shirts than actual money.
That way the label doesn't have to actually like pay them. They'll be like, yo, we'll give you this entire wardrobe.
Yes.
It's just a total fuck over, bro.
Oh my God. Yeah. Now that you pointed out even more, that makes way more sense. I mean, all the jewelry and everything, like, hey, here's this, here's the shirts, here's that. Like, but that's like the loophole for them to not have to pay people. That's wild, yo.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure that happened to Lil TJ for a while or something. Like he had a bunch of label problems. And then Logic just got out of the label. A lot of people are becoming independent. Tory Lanez, Code of the
And
Friend never even signed, and he's already making a huge name for himself. Like that's crazy. From nothing, only by himself. Like that dude's so self-made. It's like the most admirable thing ever.
who'd you say that was?
Code of the Friend. You might
Code
not
of the
even know him.
Friend. Code of the Friend. I think I've seen you like repost a song of his, but I've never
Yeah,
listened to him before. Interesting.
bro, he's
Yeah,
got that real good soulful rap music, like that good shit.
that's
Chill, good vibes.
all right. I'm gonna yeah. Now that you're saying it, I'm gonna look it up. I will.
Yeah,
But you talk about like these guys going independent. I mean, Tory Lanez was the biggest one. When guys like him go independent, would you say the industry tries to blackball them a little bit, tries to make it so they're not ever seen, their music isn't heard after they leave? Or what would you say it's like?
bro, it's the music industry is so dirty, bro. Because as soon as Tory Lanez got out of that deal, like Spotify, I think it was Apple Music, like when every Friday they have like playlists of new drops, right?
Right, right.
He didn't get thrown into any of them. He dropped an entire album under himself, and he didn't get thrown into any algorithms. So he's already getting fucked there on the streaming platforms. He has only himself promoting him. What else? Yeah, and then the whole thing with Megan, I don't even know.
Oh,
Spotify doesn't put him on any playlists. Like
I don't even
there's
know
just a
that
bunch of
story.
shit, bro. That
That
story, nothing even ended up happening with that shit, bro.
yeah,
Like, what was that?
I don't know. I literally do not know. That was that itself was a whole mess.
Yeah.
Like and Tori made like a whole album because of that. Because
Yeah. I
in
never
Megan
listened
Thee
to that
Stallion.
actually.
I listened to some of it and like he was spitting like
That's
about
what I
everything
heard.
that was he was spitting about everything that happened with Meg and like what he thought about Megan the
Hmm.
industry, like literally talking about how the industry's screwing him over now just because he left his label. Hey, I mean, I don't really hear about Tory Lanez that much anymore.
That's what I'm
I
saying, bro. And this is obviously just a theory, but like obviously something happened between Tori and Megan, something bad, but no one knows to what extent. Like I don't know what the wound on her foot looked like, but I heard it wasn't a gunshot wound. Like I heard
yeah,
there was just no gunshot wound.
I heard they tried making it sound like it was a gunshot wound.
Bro, that happened after Tori was independent, bro. I think Megan's label has got something to do with it. So does Tori's label. Like I literally think they're blackballing him with this incident. And it's taking a toll on his career, bro. Like that dude's not doing as much numbers as he used to. He hit a peak
Oh,
as soon as the Megan thing happened, but ever since that, he's just been kind of falling a little bit.
well, I think that's also the cancel culture getting involved too, which the can't.
Oh,
Oh my God, I don't even want to get into the cancel culture because that itself is bullshit. Like,
bro, our
I
generation
hate
is
that.
awful. Everyone is so sensitive for what, bro? Everybody's a pussy.
No, but hey, bro, everyone's got some thin skin on them nowadays. And it's like so much stuff that happens. Like there's stuff that deserves to be talked about, right? But
Yeah.
a lot of things that aren't really that big of a deal are now blown up all the time now. All the
That's what I'm
time.
saying, bro.
It's ridiculous. There's always breaking news. There's always a headline. There's always something about the smallest thing that could possibly happen.
Yeah, bro.
It's
Fuck that.
tough. But hey, it's tough. Like that's what happens, man. Like when you start to progress in the world and the industry and everything like that. I mean, like 20 years ago, all the conversations we have now did not exist at all.
Nah.
And now there's a conversation for everything. So that's how the world goes. It's wild to see. It's interesting to see. Just got to adapt to it. That's
Yeah,
all it is.
that's all it is.
But we are coming towards the end of the show. I do want to ask you a couple more questions, maybe one or two. What is it that you really want JMar to be? Who is JMar?
Hmm. Oof. See, I don't even really know myself, to be honest. I don't really know. but I can say that I do want myself as an artist to be like a serious impact in the game. I don't know. I never pictured myself as like a Drake. Like I pictured myself more as like a, how do I even put it? Like more of a low key goat, like J.
Okay.
Cole. Not like a hit maker, but like
Right.
it's status based. I don't know. I don't want the status of like the radio hit maker. I don't want that shit at all.
Right.
But I do want to be like a heavy force in the industry, if that makes any sense at all.
No, it does. It does. I can understand. The next question I'm gonna ask is gonna touch on this, but I can understand with the J. Cole. Hey, I love J. Cole. He's one of my goats in the music
Yeah,
industry.
man.
Him, Kendrick, laid back guys, like they come out when they need to. Like I still say to this day, I am so shocked Kendrick didn't drop anything last year with everything that happened. That is right in his ballpark.
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable. I was like, Kendrick, where you at, bro? Like, this is your
That's
shit
what I'm
right now.
saying, bro.
This is your shit. But I can understand that. They're not for the bright lights. Like Drake's all about the bright lights. He's known as like
Yeah.
the Toronto Raptors super fan. He's doing all these commercials.
Ugh.
J. Cole, you never see J. Cole. The only time you'll see J. Cole, like you've seen him at the All-Star game. All right, that's one event. One event you'll see him
When he
at.
gets spotted at a ball game.
Yeah, like when he's just randomly there. Like you don't expect him to.
Yeah.
Like that. And I think that's what I like about J. Cole so much too. Like he's real. He's very real. And he puts that into his lyrics. Like I just love him so much. He's not all about trying to, be in the spotlight every single second. He just wants to make some nice low key hits, like you said, that has some impact on it lyrically and just stick to himself.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what it is.
He knows he solidified himself as like a top tier rapper. And he knows that. And I feel like it's just part of him, like as himself, like he's for the team, bro. Like Dreamville is going up, bro. And it's because he just kept signing. He has such an eye for talent, bro. It's crazy because he signed JID like off the streets, bro. He signed Boz. He signed Ari Lennox, bro. Like all of these artists have like platinum songs, bro.
Earth Gang? Where did Earth Gang come from?
Earth Gang was with J. Cole actually for a long time, but he found them. And then I think J. Cole found JID through Earth Gang, all the way in Atlanta back in the day.
Talk about, people with their own sound. Earth Gang, right there.
Bro, hear me out here. Earth Gang, modern day Outcast.
Really? Okay.
Atlanta and everything, bro. I can hear such an influence because it's like they're so wacky, but they also just have like this jazz and like alternative influence,
Yes.
bro. It's so
they
weird,
had that jazz
so
in them.
good. Yeah, it's so
I like
dope,
that.
bro.
I like that comparison. That's sick. I like that a lot. Yeah. No, I can definitely see that. They are like they're their own little universe, bro. Like when you probably watched like the Kenny Beats
Bro, that
YouTubes.
shit was fire.
Yeah, when they made that, like they don't care, bro. They're just doing whatever works. Like legit.
Yeah,
like,
bro, what they're doing, I feel like has never been done. Like the way they use their voices is just like, and like I don't know, man. Some of the beats they have are just so different. Like I don't think I've ever heard anything like it.
Yeah. No, I haven't for sure. Not at all.
Yeah. Shout out Earth Gang, man.
Yeah, shout out Earth Gang, shout out Outcast, shout out Dreamville. Real quick, my last question for you. Who has been your biggest influence when it comes to music, or who are your biggest influences? What made you really want to get into what you're doing?
Oh, back in the day when I first started, it was definitely like J. Cole. Corday was popping at the time. I used a lot of Corday.
He's been quiet. Speaking of being quiet.
Yeah, he's got some heat on the way. I just saw a snippet he put out. Fire.
Love that. I like Corday.
Yeah, but
family in the background.
Yeah, but nah, J. Cole. Back, I'd say now though, because it changed over time. It used to be like, jeez, I got to think, bro. Even Tory Lanez, I used to fuck with Tory. He inspired me a lot. But now it's a lot different because, like, bro, my favorite rappers are like nothing I would have expected a year ago. Like, I listened to a shit ton of Cowboy, 2C, Rilo. Shit's crazy. And bro, I'd say my biggest like inspiration right now is 2C.
2C.
2C. Like, that's crazy. I went
Yeah.
from like J. Cole to 2C, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's interesting actually. Yeah, that's a big switch up right there.
yeah. Nah, I don't know, man. 2C's different. I just like the way he hits those vocals and carries the notes, and like the way he carries his voice and energy on songs is just like fucking crazy to me.
That's sick, bro. And that's
Yeah.
sick. I've you know, with the new music that comes out, it's very tough for me to find it. It doesn't hit my ear right. I just can't get along with a lot of the stuff that comes out nowadays. I'm listening to songs from like 7 years ago, like on
Yeah,
a
bro, I
daily
can't tell you the
basis.
last time I peeped like a new drop.
Yeah, exactly.
That wasn't like one of my primary favorite artists. Like, bro, I didn't peep that Nas album. I didn't peep the 21. I didn't even peep the 21 Savage album, bro. I didn't hear the Future albums, however many he put out. Just anything that's come out in the past like year, like there's like a 10% chance I've listened to it.
Yeah, I'm the same way though. Like I used to be up, I used to wait up at night for drops all the
Oh
time.
yeah, me too. No
Like
matter what it was too. Even if it was something I wasn't 100% invested in, I would still stay up and listen.
yes, I would do that all the time. I could care less about going on the new Music Friday playlist or searching new drops, anything. I'm so out of touch with what is out now because like I just can't get with it at all. Anything that comes out, it just does not sound good to me. It doesn't match well with me. Maybe because I'm getting old and I'm 23.
Yeah.
Getting old
Nah,
and
that's probably
23.
it, bro.
No, but
That could be it.
no, but I can't see myself like ever completely being out of listening to like hip hop, rap, anything like that. Like J. Cole, I'll always listen to J. Cole because again, he's one of the realest artists out there. Like that guy is just so cool. Same thing with Kendrick. Um, I know you don't like Drake, but I do listen to Drake because he does drop songs that get me hyped. But no, but like some of the stuff that comes out nowadays, I can't do it. It's I don't know. I don't know what I just don't know, bro. I literally don't know what to even say about it. Like I don't want to call it bad because there's people that like that kind of music, but like, bro.
Bro, 10 years ago, there was half as many famous artists in the world. Like,
Yeah.
and now there's
Everyone's famous nowadays.
Say there was 100 famous rappers and singers back in 2010. Obviously not, but say there was just 100 of them. There's probably 400 now. So, and there's just the biggest abundance of music coming out all the time, and it's just hard. It's hard to keep up with, bro. It's too hard.
Yeah, it's way too hard. There's too much going on. And like when you're talking about how there used to be like 100 of them, like those top 100, maybe like the top quarter of those people you would really hear all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's completely different game now. The
It's all
sound
because
just
of Drake too, bro. I don't care. Drake did everything.
what you said?
I think it's because of Drake. Like Drake, yeah, I think it's because of him. The reason why there's so many more artists in different styles.
Interesting. Very interesting you say that. Why did just say
like
before you end it real quick, tell me. I want to know the actual reason why.
Well, I mean, people argue Chief Keef doing that, like starting the whole,
drill
Chicago.
rapper.
Yeah, but like, bro, yeah, that's true. But like, if you want to think about melodies, bro, Chief Keef wasn't establishing any type of melody influence, bro. Drake, think about what was it? When he dropped Views, 2016, maybe 2015-ish, something like that.
Yeah, around
But
that.
bro, that was just, I feel like he really pioneered something because nobody was really doing that. And like, think about what's that, Hotline Bling, that song?
Yes.
And then Hotline Bling, Controlla, One Dance, dude just went on like a run for like a year, 2 years, bro. And he just didn't miss. And he didn't miss, with melodies, bro. And like, I don't know, I feel like that really settled into the industry. He really just impacted it with that.
Interesting. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of like influences people could talk about. Like people could talk about how Kanye, like going into the 2010s, like he was the one that literally started a bunch of that shit, like a
Yeah.
lot of it. And, you know, I mean, I know Soulja Boy likes to take credit for a lot of that stuff, but bro, I don't think you were impacting that much like Kanye was. Like Kanye,
No.
he started a lot of different stuff. I mean, the auto tunes, that was really him and T-Pain. I mean, T-Pain, I feel like doesn't get a lot of credit for his influence on today's music either.
Yeah,
Because
no, absolutely not, bro. Absolutely not.
T-Pain had so much to do with auto tunes and melody and everything like that. Like that guy was just as important as Kanye and what even
And
Drake
lyrics,
is
bro.
doing now.
And lyrics. T-Pain's lyrics were very, very important because he was like the first one, not the first one, but like he made it popular to sing about like hitting on bitches at the bar, bringing them home and shit like that. And he really made like that like club vibe, you know? And I
Yes.
feel like he did it so well, which like really like makes him stand out above everyone else.
Right. Yeah, no, he did do it very well. I mean, I bet there's so many people today like me. I could throw on a T-Pain song right now and love it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
like that's what I'm talking about. Like I can go back all the way to T-Pain and still listen to him, but stuff that comes out now, it's like disoriented to me. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, totally, bro.
But we are coming towards the end of the show. This was great conversation. Like we took a deep dive into what you're trying to do and who you are. So before I say anything, I want to thank you so much for coming on and doing this. This was just such an awesome episode and it was so much fun. So thank you so much.
Yeah, bro, I appreciate it. Yeah, it was dope as fuck being here. Thanks for
Yeah,
having me, man.
of course, bro. Anytime.
I'll
This is
always
gonna
pop out to
happen.
the world. I'll always
Yes,
pop out to the
bro.
world, man.
Pop out to the world. I love it. All right, you gotta plug your stuff real quick. Everywhere. Tell everyone everywhere you can find you.
JMar dot individual. It's INDVDUL UAL. I'm so dumb. And that's on Twitter and Instagram. Just look up JMAR on any streaming platform. I'm probably gonna be the first thing. So that's where you can find me at.
There we
We
go.
lit.
And
Expect some drops, bro.
yes, expect the drops. And if you have not listened to Popular Loner, or if you've listened to it a million times, go listen to it another time because it's worth it.
Fuck yeah.
Everyone that has listened, thank you so much for yet again stepping into my world. Before I leave, make sure you cop the new Sheehan's World tee. I have my headphones on, so I can't get all the way around. But make sure you cop this. This thing is comfy as hell. This is beautiful material. So make sure you cop this. Also check out LVDV clothing brand. Check them out. They have a nice collab coming out with Chris Sapp, and they have. I also just bought one of their shirts right now. I gotta get a individual sound shirt as well and promote it. But make sure you check them out. And before I get off, I always forget to do this. Shout out my boy 009. Shout him out. 009. He makes my intro beat. I used to make it like a minute long, and then I started to get some suggestions and brought the time down a little bit. But that guy himself is making a name. He's sick. He's giving me some sick beats. I've always used his. So that's where you can find all that stuff. Find me on Instagram, Sheehan's World Pod, Twitter, Sheehan World Pod. And that's that. So thanks everyone for stepping into my world. Have you step in next time. Peace out, everyone.